If you are an info coach and you are losing clients, in this video, I'm going to break down every step where you are losing clients. Because last week I was talking to two creators. One of them has 60,000 followers and the other one have just 1,500 followers. And I asked a simple question to them. What feels harder for them? Is it getting more clients or converting the ones they already have? And a person with 60,000 followers says getting more clients, which is shocking. And a guy with a 1,500 followers who's also a fitness coach says the same thing is getting clients, which is reasonable. Okay. But a person with a 60,000 followers is still struggling to get more clients because you are trying to solve the wrong problem. Because most creators, they do not have a client problem. I repeat, they do not have a client problem. They always have a leakage problem. And in this video, I'm going to show you every step, every single step in this mind map right here where you are going to leak the client. And if you can identify where you're leaking from, you do not need to post more content. You do not need to get more followers than you think. You definitely don't need to reinvent the offer because yesterday I was watching a video by Alex Ramosi and he was talking about he was serving a client who has 5,800 followers on Instagram and she does $1 million in net profits income as an info coach. See how crazy it is? 5,800 followers, less than very close to $1 million in net profits, not revenue. Her systems, her backend systems are damn good. Now, when someone actually says, I have a client problem, I basically ask two questions. Are people reaching you out in the first place? Or people are actually reaching you out and they are not moving forward? Because these two things are two different problems. And in this video, I'm going to show both of the solutions to these two questions in this video right here. And every business, every coaching slash info business, no matter the niche, has these three stages: attention, intent, action. Okay. These are the three stages where you actually leak the clients. Okay. And I'm going to show you every single stage and how you are going to fix this in this video. So the first step is actually checking your attention. All right. How do you check your attention? When you're trying to sell something, when you're trying to give a coaching program and sell it for like $500, $1,000, $2,000, the fastest way to convert your audience is through an Instagram story sequence, which has 5 to 6 stories. And in the seventh story, it is a CTA. This is the most effective way that you can convert your audience. Now, you can either have this CTA go to DMs or this can go to a landing page and it goes to checkout. Now, in order to do this step right here, you first need to check if you are actually getting attention to your reels and to your stories. How do you check that? Okay, you are checking for attention here. If your attention or the visibility or number of people who are seeing your stories are less than 5%, then then you have a severe distribution problem. How do you actually get this 5% number? Let's say you have 10,000 followers, all right? And from those 10,000 followers, you are only getting 300 views for every story you post, okay? It means only 3% of people who are watching your stories, sorry, it means that only 3% of your followers are actually watching your stories, which is really bad. Sad face. I'm upset. How about you have 5%? Works. Okay. It's not terrible, but It's fine. When it is greater than 5%, then you actually move on. This is actually a good thing. You move on to second stage where it is intent. And then you check for the audience response rate. Okay. Now, this is actually how many people are clicking on your CTA, how many link taps are you getting, and every link you paste in your stories should be a tracking link. Okay, because you need to know how many people are actually clicking that link and how many people are actually converting. Okay, so always have tracking links in your stories. Now, if you have a low response rate, then, my dear friend, you have a clarity problem. I'm going to remind you, confused people do not take action, they just consume your content. The stage three is actually checking your inbound per week. Why are we doing that? Now we are actually checking for the action right here. Because if your attention is good, if it is like 5%, more than 5%, then you do not have a distribution problem. Okay. If you're getting decent clicks and good amount of DMs, then you do not have an intent problem. If you're not getting, then you have a clarity problem. So that's the response rate. And how do you check the response rate? Again, number of story views, and then how many clicks are you getting? Divided, divide that number, and you get the response rate. Now, what if you actually have a good response rate? Okay, what if people are actually clicking on your link and actually started DMing you? Okay, then you are currently at step three, which is action. Okay, so now you need to check how many DMs you are getting per week. Okay, if the DMs are inconsistent, then you have a path forward problem. You need to realize that the number of DMs that you are getting, they are actually qualified ones. They should not be fans of you, not compliments, but actually people willing to buy from you. And how do you get that? Is by solving all the first two steps which I talked about and actually creating good nurture content in order to show the path to the buyer in the right direction. If your views are high, and if your views are high, responses are low, and DMs are inconsistent, your problem is not the content quality, it's actually the path forward problem, which I talk about. They do not have a clear path in moving forward. Okay. Now, what if people are actually reaching you out and they just are not converting? What is the question that you need to ask? Where does the conversion actually breaking? Is it before the call, or is it on the call, or is it after they get the pricing from you on the call? Okay. And let's go one by one, step by step. Okay. Let's first talk about before the call situation. You need to analyze the DM to call conversion rate here. Let's say simple metrics right here. Okay. If you're getting 10 DMs every week, okay. If you're getting 10 DMs every week, and out of those 10 DMs, you're only booking 0 to 2 calls, then, my dear friend, it is bad. If you are booking 3 to 4 calls per week, it's fine, not that great. If you're booking more than five, then you're doing amazing. You need to check for something else. Okay. So you need to ask yourself what exactly is happening. Do you lead them to the call, or you just answer their questions and hope that they get back to you and hope they buy from you? Okay. If you have a low booking rate, it is a severe intent issue. Okay. 0 to 2 calls book is a severe intent issue, and 3 to 4 calls book is a pre-frame issue. And also, if there are no shows, then that is a complete different problem that you need to solve. Now, let's go to the second step, which is on the call. People actually break on the call. Now, you need to check the call to client conversion rate here. Now, what I mean by that is if you're taking a call on your own, if you're a coach If you're a fitness coach taking all the calls on your own, fine, no problem. But measure the close rate. Okay. How many DMs you are converting to the call, and how many calls you're getting, you are actually converting to paying clients. Now, if it is under 20%, it means that you have a severe structure issue. Okay. Low close rate under 20%, you have a severe structure issue. If it is 20 to 30%, then it is a framing problem. Okay. You are not framing the people in a right way when they get on the call. You're not setting the expectations right. That's what is happening when you are just getting 20 to 30%. If you are getting more than 35% close rate, okay, then this is not your problem. You're actually doing it fantastic job in this area. Now, let's say, let's say they are breaking after they hear the pricing. What do you do? Okay, you need to analyze their reaction. Okay, do they feel surprised? Okay, do they have a sudden shock when they hear the price? Okay, if the call feels like a surprise, the problem is not the call, it's everything happens before it. Okay, and when people hear the price and when you get off the call, it is not a close. And do they do they actually ghost you, or do they tell you, I just cannot afford this right now? And did they expect the price range before they get on the call? These are the questions that you need to be asking. The pre-pricing expectation issue. Okay. People don't really have expectations when they get on a call with you. How much I'm going to be paying this guy in order to solve my problems. If I want to get my dream outcome, okay, and how much do I need to pay for him? You are not setting the right expectations. Okay. And most importantly, if people say, okay, they do not have the money that you ask for, do you have anything for the people who are not ready for your main offer? But that is your core offer. Okay. If they don't want this core offer, do you have something else? Think about it and have something else for them and get the plan. Because they are saying no just because they do not have money at that point. Okay. You, on the other side, you should be thinking like, okay, he might not, he's maybe not ready at this point, but he wants something from me. He has the intent, he has the problem. What else I can do for him where this core uh, product of mine, this core mentorship of mine is trying to solve? And what can I offer for something less and provide equal or relatively less value to this core offer? What do I need to do? Ask yourself that question. And you're like, oh my God, this is so much work, and I do not really know what to do. And I don't know how to structure my offer. I don't know how to talk with my clients. No problem. Go to my Instagram. This is my Instagram. DM me. I will help you out personally. I will work one on one and one client at once. So it is first come, first serve. Otherwise, go look back to the video, know every step where you're going wrong, and realize this. Stop chasing more clients and actually start fixing what is leaking in your backend systems.